Hey there everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. Now, today, told you before I had something else planned, something a little different than usual. And if you look at this here, well, this kind of looks like the VAB, but it is not, actually. This is the Spaceplane hangar. And if you pay any attention to the titles, I guess you would figure out, or at least have some idea of what I want to do today. And that is attempt to fly a spaceplane. I'm actually not gonna build one just yet. Depending on how much time I have in this episode, I might attempt to build something and try to fly it, but I'm actually just going to go through some of the preloaded ones, the ones that come with the game, and just see what they got for us. So we'll start off with this little guy here. I believe this is the tiniest ship you have. Yep, that looks pretty small. And as you can see in the spaceplane hangar, things are slightly different. You don't build vertically, you build horizontally. So that is very important, clearly. And you also have something very important here, which you use the center of mass, excuse me, for rockets, obviously, when you're trying to set up your RCS thrusters and all that. But you don't really work on the center of lift either. But in the spaceplane hangar, you need that very, very much, because you need to have the center of mass and the center of lift be very close to each other, or else your ship is going to start tumbling out of control, which is never fun. So, let's just get going here. Let's just start off with the launch already. And I'm not going to be flying around too much. I actually have a destination in mind, which is fairly close to the Space Center. And it's actually one of the Easter eggs in the game. The game has a ton of Easter eggs. A bunch of the planets have some. I know Moon definitely has a few of them. It's got a few arches. The lunar arches, they're called. But I will be doing... I don't know if I'm going to be doing a series on finding the Easter eggs, or I might just include them as part of my episodes like I'm going to be doing here. So, yeah, we'll see. This will be the first Easter egg. And flying this thing works very much like the rocket, which is kind of a pain in the ass, actually. Because having to control everything with just your keyboard is not as accurate as you would hope. It would be very nice if I could use my mouse to pitch up and down and roll left to right. But I cannot. So, we'll just have to make do with what we got. I don't even know if I have any sort of SAS on this thing. Oh, I don't know. See what happens. Just throttle up here and let's get going. Now, I am pretty terrible at flying these things, as I may have mentioned before. So, well, we'll see what happens. Come on, baby, lift. Hey, we got lift. There we go. Yeah, I can fly. I can fly no problem. And, the place that I'm heading to is over on this little island over here. I don't know if you can see it too well. I can barely see it. Should have waited for a daytime launch, but well. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far, actually. And if you look at the ship here, I mean, very, very simple. It's just got a couple of fuel tanks down the center, the wings to stabilize, got a ramjet intake here, or ram air intake to, well, help with the air intake. If you look at your resources here, slightly different than the usual rocket resources. You do have the intake air. You need to keep an eye on that. The higher up you go, the less it'll be, so the less efficient your engines will be. I'm actually heading towards the ground a little bit. I don't want that. I should probably turn fine controls on, because that would help. Yeah, looking good so far. So while we slowly cruise on over here, I hope we make it. Just hoping everyone's doing okay this weekend, actually. I live out in on the northeastern seaboard, more or less. I live over in Toronto, Canada, and we just had a pretty massive snowstorm yesterday and the last couple of days. And I know the entire eastern seaboard got hit with it pretty hard, so hoping everyone's doing alright. Nobody had to deal with any accidents or any of that of their own. I know there were lots on the roads, and I actually had to work the last couple of days too, which was hella fun, trying to get to work in this weather. And I do not recommend it to anybody. But yeah, if you made it through, good on ya. If you had a bit of trouble, I hope everything's okay. Get it all sorted out. And I guess we'll just have to wait for the next big one. This winter's been pretty mild, so who knows, this might be it for now. But as you can see, we're actually closing in here. You can see the shiny stuff on the ground there. So this Easter egg is actually another space station. Or, space center. I'm just going to slow down a little bit here and start turning in towards it. I'm terrible at landing these things. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. Chances are it's not going to land. Yeah, so this thing is just, oh boy. Come on, turn for me, please. Don't face the ground. Okay, let's accelerate a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, this is just a runway and has a couple of smaller depots on the side, but nothing too great. And this thing is just falling into the ground. Okay, oh, not good. Recover, please. Thank you. Yeah, that's one thing you gotta be careful with these things. They tend to spin out of control very easily. Okay, let's put the gears down. We are coming in. Oh boy. Oh boy, I think I'm coming in too low. Come on! Come on! Oh, adjust a little bit more. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, you're almost there. Okay, fine, we'll land beside it. We will land beside it. We will land. Yes, we landed. We don't need that engine to get back or anything. Well, that went actually a lot better than I expected it to go. Generally, I tend to blow everything up. But this time, only the engine went bye-bye. Which is not bad, I guess. Let's just go take a quick look over here. Check out this other space station. Or, I keep saying space station. Space center. It's a space center. And, oh, do a little faceplant there. It's all good. I don't even know who our pilot is. Well, let's just take a quick run over here. I have no idea if I can climb up this thing. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Jump! Faceplant into the wall. Oh yeah, you can climb up. Look at those crazy mountaineering skills. Yeah, here we go. So we have the runway here. We have the tower, the launch tower, the radio tower, launch tower. What am I talking about? The other thing's got a launch tower. And then if you actually run in here, oh wow, these guys have some serious trouble with jumping. If you just, actually I should just time accelerate. I think that'll be, yeah, there we go. Look at them shuffle along. So yeah, if you go into one of these hangars here, these terrible looking hangars, looking all rusted up, you run into the corner here, and lose my voice again. Here we go. So these are actually, some newer viewers or newer players of Kerbal might not know what these are, but older players will know that these were the old models for the main fuel tank. The engine, I believe that's the equivalent of the stronger engine, the one that doesn't vector, like the stronger of the smaller ones. And then that's the old capsule, the 3-man capsule. That was the only option actually for the longest time. Look at it all rusted up in this little corner here. But hey, we made it. Can I just get a better view? Thank you. There we go. So we made it. This guy is just gonna cheat a little bit and end his flight, but I'll leave the plane over there just to have a little memento of our time here. Alright, let's go on to the next one, the Eris 4A. What you got for me, Eris? A little bit bigger. I believe this one, yep, this one's got the docking port as well, and if you play through one of the scenarios that the game comes with, one of the scenarios has a space station already built, and it has one of these puppies attached to it already. Let's check the center of mass, and the center of lift is actually a little bit too far forward. So I'm just going to do a quick little adjustment here. Move these up a little bit. Nope, not up, I guess. Move them back. And I think I screwed it up already. Good job, buddy. Good job. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to move all this back a little bit. And just hope everything stays attached. Oh, I don't want to move the entire center of mass while I'm here. Just stay. Okay, let's just reload that. And the clipping between the parts here is making it hard to get stuff in where they're supposed to go. So I guess let's move these guys back a little bit. That might help somewhat. Possible. Apparently I can't attach them there. I don't know what is going on. Okay, well, let's move these back then. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how the hell this is gonna fly, but we'll find out. Oh man, this big engine is going to break right off the runway. I'm just gonna call it now. That's what's gonna happen. And just before we get started, I'm gonna speed up time a little bit so we can get daytime going. Come on, daytime. See, is that the 3A over there? It sure is, 33 kilometers away. Oh, okay, there we go. And, oh, I guess that's the target. That'll do. Let us go. Boom. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is a big, powerful engine. Oh, and that's a big explosion. Okay, don't try to turn, apparently. Look at all those parts go flying. Let's try that again, shall we? Less thrust this time, maybe that'll do a little better. Oh man. Oh, and we lost our daytime. Alright, screw that, I'm just gonna go. And I can. Yep, there we go. Might need to spread out the wheels a little bit, put them over on the sides, give it a bit more balance. Lift! Come on! Get up! Up you go. Nope, not off the runway. Off the runway is bad. You lost the wing, and you lost everything else. Okay. Okay. That's not working out too well. Let's give this guy one more try. I know this plane has some issues. I mean, clearly you can see the issues, but if you look at some other videos, like I think Scott Manley or Kurt J. Mack maybe did a video on this, where he had to do some serious adjustments to the plane just because it is not balanced properly. I don't even know if I should be using this engine right now. I might as well just be... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Just use the jet engines to take off. Hopefully have a little bit more control. And I can throttle up, stop drifting. Nope, that's not a good thing right there. That happened. Okay, you know what? Last try. If this doesn't work, we're gonna move on to another plane. And I will definitely go back to doing more Spaceplane stuff later on in further episodes when I start building my own stuff. Because I'm actually running a little low on time here. I don't want to keep this episode too long. Looks like shorter episodes tend to make people a little happier, so I'm gonna try to do that. Oops, did not mean to do that. Oh man, just forgetting how to play here. Alright. Okay, we're going down the center of the runway. Center of the runway. Maybe. I don't know why it drifts to the left. Look at that, it just... Something needs to be done about that. But, oh well. It was worth a try. Thanks for the fun times, Eris-4A, but you're not the plane for me. And, oh, the Albatross. This thing is fun to fly. Yeah, look at this monster. This is something else. This is a fine piece of engineering is what it is. It flies surprisingly well, actually. I don't know if I'm going to be able to land this thing, but we'll find out. I mean, just look at it. Look how big it is. Yeah, that's what she said. But no, seriously, like, this thing is massive. And it just does a little wobbly action. It's all good. Let's go, Big Bertha. These little jet engines can barely accelerate. And you can see this thing actually folds itself into a flight path, a takeoff path, with it, which is just amazing. Oh, going the wrong way. Like, you really don't need to do much controlling for this plane. It does have a tendency to tip up a lot, which is getting kind of annoying. And there's our SAS doing its thing. I mean, with SAS on, it still drifts up a little bit, but it's really not that bad. But I actually need to turn towards there. Oh my god. Yep, this plane is not... It's like a bird. Look at it. Whee! Oh, Jesus. Control. Control. We're good. We're good. Turn. Yeah, we got the turn. And now we try to level ourselves out. That's not level. That's not level. That's not... Okay, that just stay like that. Yay! Success. And let's just accelerate forward and... Oh, man. I was wondering what would happen if I accelerated. That is not a good thing. Okay, let's just... Come on, flap your wings. Flap it. There we go. Alright, moving towards the target location in a very wobbly manner. And this thing is a ton of fun to fly. And scary as hell too. It's got so much fuel as well. This is, you can definitely fly around the entire planet with this. If you don't want to use time accelerate. Because if you do, things go badly. Alright, I guess we should maybe start descending a little bit. Can you please? Wow, this thing has so much trouble just maintaining control. There we go. Okay, we're descending now. Yes. I'm actually gonna cut the fuel and see what happens to our speed here. Just kind of gliding along, actually. This makes a really nice glider. It's so much easier to control, too. But we do need a little bit of gas there. Come on, engines. Try to keep around half throttle. As we head on down towards this airfield, this is probably the worst angle of attack I could have on this thing. Coming in from the side again. But, you know, whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's just go all out. Full speed. Let's go. I don't feel like waiting. Come on, you big bastard. Get down there. Yeah, coming in nicely. Alright, let's slow down a little bit. Because we're going to have to turn to the side. Just turn. This thing just refuses to rotate. Yep, it instead chooses to drift to the side. Okay, losing control a little bit. Just a little bit of control loss. Still good. Still good. Oh no, I think I started turning a little bit too early. Well, at least the plane adjusts itself. That's nice. I really like this design with all these control not control platforms, just the aerodynamic platforms, whatever they're called, just because it gives you so much surface area. It's really nice. And now this is a horrible, horrible, horrible descent. But we'll see what we can do out of this. Just put those landing legs down, be a little optimistic here. I'm definitely not hitting the runway the way I'm supposed to. Let's try turning a little bit here. Oh boy. We might hit the other airplane. Or not. Ah, this thing glides down really nicely, actually. Oh boy. Yep, okay, you know what? Screw this runway. Oh no. Oh no, too fast. Okay, still good. Still, can I brake with one? Yes, brake! Oh, okay. Well, That worked. Kind of. Can this guy even see out here? That's the worst cockpit ever for a jet plane. You can't even see out of it. But yeah, we made it. Right? That counts. And stuff is still exploding around me. Okay. Well, that was an adventure. Good job, Nedry. You left some debris back there, buddy. But at least you didn't hit the plane. That's a good thing, I suppose. Oh, man. Well, let's get this guy back home safely. Just end the flight. I'll just leave the debris parts around here, because why not? It's fun to have. And actually, just before I take off here, I'm just going to show you guys one last thing. There's still, well, we might as well just show you these. I'm not actually going to fly them. Might fly them in a later episode, but the Raven Spear Mark 1 is actually a beauty to fly. It's really well balanced, and it flies perfectly, honestly. It's a really nice plane. The Mark 3, on the other hand, not as great. I mean, it's still pretty good, but it definitely needs some improvements done. I mean, the center of lift is a little bit too far back. You need to do a little bit of adjustment. But there's also a VTOL here, which we'll play around with a little bit. This thing is actually really fun. Kind of hard to maneuver around, but it's, you know, something different. And at some point I will try to build my own VTOL, which will likely end in a massive failure. But that is okay. We will deal with that when the time comes. And just the goal for this VTOL will be just try to make it to the launch pad there. Actually got lights on this thing. Sweet. So I think the engines are... Yep, just the little guys there. And come on. Lift off, please. Lift yourself. There we go. Oh boy. Why are you drifting that way? Nope, you're supposed to drift the other way. Yeah, that way. Go that way. Oh man. And this is totally how you fly a VTOL. Yep. Yep, just take my word for it. I mean, we're getting there, kind of, but I'm gonna have to, like, turn this way and slow myself down a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, we are tilting. Not great. Does this thing have SAS? Yeah, it does. That would have been really nice to use off the start. Hey, go there. Yep, this seems sick. Oh! That's not what I meant to do. But it worked. It made me a little lighter. Okay. Okay, come on. We're almost there. Can you just start dropping now? I feel like cutting the engines completely is a horrible idea. But that's what's gonna happen. And now we throttle up a bit. Oh, yeah, that's not bad, actually. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Let's cut the throttle. And engage the throttle again. Oh boy. Gonna crash. This is the worst flight ever. Oh, that's way too much throttle. Okay, just go that way, please. That is way too much. It's just controlling this throttle is such a pain. So if you go too much, you start ascending. If you don't do enough, you start descending, clearly. If you do too much at once, you lose all your speed. There we go, I'm just gonna make a landing right here. Can you please... Okay, that's not a landing. That's gonna hurt so much. Just land. Just land! That's a landing. That is most definitely a landing. hey, we're still alive, okay? That's all that matters in the end. Good job, Nedry. You're really good at crashing stuff. I'm glad we hired you to be one of our prime astronauts in this program. Don't know where the hell Jebediah, Bill, and Bob are. Seems they've been slacking off. But you, sir, you are the bomb. Thank you for crashing 2 of my planes. And it is totally your fault, not mine at all. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video on my spaceplane shenanigans. There will be more like this in the future, where I try to figure out how these things work properly. I mean, I've more or less got the hang of it. It's just the motions are kind of hard to do on the keyboard sometimes, so I tend to lose control and all that, as you saw over here. But hey, we're still alive, so at least I'm good at getting these guys back home safely. That's something, right? But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please leave any of your feedback down below. Drop a comment if you enjoyed the video and all that other wonderful stuff. As Nedry stares you in the face here. Look at these eyes, just full of insight, full of intelligence. Yeah, right. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I will see you in the next episode.